got Two Wheels Touring on the show this week. Okay, this week we're taking a look at the Moto Guzzi California EV. I brought some of my close friends along and to help me rate this motorcycle. First of all, first impressions. Alan.
First impressions. Pretty bike, lots of chrome, nice wheels, nice, I'm not sexist, nice girly bike, but not for me.
On a scale of 1 to 2 thumbs up, what would you give it? 1. Okay. Mr. lay on your stomach. I want to ride a cruiser now.
Well, it falls down straight away by not having a fairing, obviously. I don't like the looks of the bike. It's too white, too much chrome on it. It looks too busy around.
It does come in other colors, you know.
But this particular model doesn't appeal to me, I'm afraid.
Okay.
Not in looks, the wheels, nothing at all. Nothing at all.
So how many thumbs up or thumbs down?
Thumbs down for me, I'm afraid.
Thumbs down for Gary. Okay. Bob? Mr. Harley?
I'm afraid I agree with Gary in an awful lot of points. It's a girly bike for one. I don't like it in white.
I thought the first time I saw it that it was going to be very small for me. And in the end it was, although it's got some nice chrome on it, so I would have to say that I'd probably give it 1 thumb up.
Motorcycle touring has become more and more popular these days, particularly off-road touring, with the introduction of companies such as Moto Adventures, who for a number of years have been taking riders through Andorra and through the deserts of Morocco. Now they're offering a tour starting in Portugal, taking in northern Spain and ending in Andorra. Here to tell us more is John Griffiths.
The idea behind the Trans-Spain. We've got a lot of people who've been to Andorra twice, 3 times, been to Morocco twice, and they're asking, you know, what else is there? We're getting bored with the same old thing. We thought, why not a tour across Spain?
Arranging a tour of this size can of course become a logistical nightmare unless you keep things very organised. So Sue Downham is the lady who's responsible for looking after all the administration and driving the support vehicle.
I'm driving the backup vehicle, which this particular tour we've just acquired a new Land Rover Defender 130. We're pulling a trailer behind as well. We're carrying a spare bike and all the gear for all the guys.
Of course, any off-road tour requires a competent and highly experienced guide.
I'm Steve. I'm guide for the Trans-Spain tour and Andorra. Basically, there's 7 of us that set off, including myself, so it'll be 6 clients. To make sure that they get through every day, every stage, make sure there's no problems, keep the group together, just make sure they have a good time.
The Portugal to Andorra tour is a relatively new concept for this company. There are sure to be a whole host of new challenges ahead. So what exactly do the riders expect to find?
My name's Ian, as you know, Ian Haslop, but rather be known as Azzy. And we've come and have a look at a new tour we're doing, which is going to go from Portugal right over to Andorra, straight through Spain.
My name's David. I come from a place just north of Manchester, Southerly, up in the hills. I expect it to be pretty hard, I suppose, but not hard technically, but just because it's 7 days to be kind of a intense time. But I'm looking forward to it, bit of a challenge.
I'm Graham Sparrow, I'm from Hartley in Kent. I've just completed the Andorra to Portugal run. My intention now is to do the return leg. I'm now going to go back from Portugal back to Andorra. It's 3,300 kilometres in total distance there and back, and that's the biggest challenge I've ever had.
Chris Bentley from Oldham, near Manchester. Been riding bikes for about, I don't know, 20 years I suppose. Quite a bit of off-road experience, but it's patchy. I normally ride a 2-stroke, which I ride a light 2-stroke, so I'm expecting the XRs to be heavy and difficult because I'm not exactly a big guy.
My name is Tore Neland. I'm from Sweden, but nobody can spell my name, so they call me Mr. T. My experience is 1 day on motocross before, so it's almost nothing. For me, I want like some action and some adventure, and I got it.
I'm Paul Hodson, and I come from Huntingdon in England. I started trials riding back in the late 60s, and I did that through till the early 90s. I started enduroing then, and I've been enduroing ever since. For me, I'm 52, it's going to be a challenge.
As we've seen, there's a whole mixture of experience and expectations amongst our group. Or when we next meet our riders, they'll be fueling up the bikes and completing some final checks before heading out on day one.
Hi, my name's Sue Gandy. We're at the Motorcycle and Scooter Show 2002 at the Birmingham NEC. There's some great new bikes and there's some great new products. It's really great to be here at the NEC looking at all these fabulous new bikes, new products, new accessories, but it's also extremely frustrating. All you have to do is look outside at this time of the year and the weather is awful. It's so frustrating. So one of the main things that I want to achieve from today is finding a tour company that can help me go out in search of sun on the continent, on the continent, on the continent. Now I'm told that my old biking mate and journalist Martin Child is somewhere here today. Rumour had it he retired in his early 30s to get involved with a tour company in the south of France. So if he can't help me, no one can.
Gandy, how you doing?
I'm desperate.
I've heard. What's the problem?
I want some sun on the bike now. I need to get to the continent. I don't know what to do.
Well, why don't we just jump on our own bikes and head down towards South France? We guarantee sun this time of year. I've got a place down there. I'll tell you all about touring when we get down there.
Sounds great. Just
well,
what I'm
let's
looking
do it.
for. Okay, that's it from me. I'm off to see what the rest of the show has to offer. Next time you see me, hopefully, I'm going to be touring in the south of France. See you there.
Hi, my name's Ashley Rhodes. I'm 42 years of age and I'm from Wilmslow in Cheshire. I've just completed a 19,000-mile solo motorcycle trip from the southern tip of South America all the way up to Anchorage, Alaska on this BMW R1100 GS. Once I decided to make the journey, it became a question of what would I make the journey on. I asked around, spoke to numerous people, and everything seemed to point to the BMW GS. The reason I went for this bike was because it didn't have a catalytic converter, and I knew full well in visiting countries like Bolivia and Peru and Ecuador, I was unlikely to find unleaded fuel. That's if I found fuel at all. It's a very difficult decision to know what to take, clothing-wise, accessory-wise, when you're going to be away for 4.5 months and this is your home for that period. I decided to take the absolute minimum. 2 pairs of trousers, a pair of shorts, a pair of shoes, 3 or 4 shirts, and that was it. Plus, of course, waterproofs. I went through some of the wettest areas on Earth. The official starting point of my trip was a town called Ushuaia in southern Argentina. It's the most southerly town in the world. It's a lonely, wind-blown outpost, the last town in the world. I got some photographs taken at the very end of Ruta 3, which is the last road in the world. And then I turned round. 18,800 miles.
There'll be more from Two Wheels Touring after the break, so stay tuned!
Welcome back to Portugal as we catch up with the riders on day one of the Portugal to Andorra tour. Lots of happy, smiling faces on the bus this morning as the riders take the short trip across town to be kitted out with their protective clothing and, of course, to collect the bikes.
Day one on your tour started in Portugal. It was actually the return journey. We'd already done a downward trip, if you like, from Andorra to Portugal. It starts in a place called Figueira da Foz on the beach. It's a very nice beach there. First day is always pandemonium, giving out all the kit, briefing people, doing the disclaimers, explaining how the bikes work. As a result of that, we usually leave quite late, 11 o'clock, 11:30, something like that. There's no such thing as a pair of handlebars that are only a little bit bent.
I think it's Saturday, but I'm not sure. And we're in Portugal, and we're going to go and ride some bikes.
223 Ks. We've got 65 Ks on road there to start off with to get away from the beach. Going to a place called Mantegas, where we're staying in an old hunting lodge.
Who's got a brake lever?
Me? Keep telling you.
Oh, right.
I keep asking you, do you want one?
Please. Can I have a brake lever, please? Next.
And so, with the fleet of Honda XR 400s all fueled up and checked out, it's time to let the riding begin. The first part of the day, of course, is spent on the tarmac until they get well away from the town, and then the off-road experience really gets underway.
Say 65 Ks on road, then we do about 30 Ks off-road, up fire breaks, steep hill climbs, some rocky sections, but very, very beautiful. I mean, the day's riding is predominantly on the ridges of hills, all above 1,000 meters. It really is very nice, through the eucalypt trees and stuff like that.
Riding through beautiful scenery is fine, but it's important to keep your attention well and truly focused on the road ahead. You certainly don't want to be becoming a cropper in somewhere as remote as this, particularly not before lunch on day one.
We stop for lunch in a place called Gois, where we eat in a little restaurant by the river. Very, very nice, idyllic setting really, very nice. Say after lunch there must be about another 110 Ks probably, off-roading to Mantegas.
So with all the riders suitably fed and watered, it's time to climb back aboard the bikes and head off down some more dusty tracks for another afternoon's riding. A good time perhaps to catch up with one or two riders to see how they're enjoying their first experience of this off-road tour.
Dry, hot, 200 times more fun. It was really good. Wasn't that tricky?
I think we do about 230 Ks that day, of which about 150 must be off-road. Very, very nice days biking in the mountains.
Obviously, in this part of the world, temperatures can be extremely high, and these mountainous tracks can be potentially treacherous, so it's vital that the riders stay in their protective clothing throughout the day, until of course they come to a local beauty spot, where they might just feel the urge to strip off.
Do it! Have a swim down there! I thought you were riding bikes! I thought we used to ride bikes! I want to ride my bike! I don't want to swim!
Gentlemen, the Victory motorcycle, made by Polaris from America. First impressions?
Nice looking bike, and I'm glad you got it to match my jacket.
Well, thank you. I did the best that I could. Thumbs up, thumbs down. 2, 1.
2 thumbs.
2 thumbs up. All right, Gary. Alan.
Yeah, lovely bike. Looks like a proper cruiser. 2 thumbs up.
Yeah,
Mr. Harley?
I go along with that. I do like the bike. Looks good. Hate the colour though, but I'll give it 2.
I give this bike 2 thumbs up. This bike is awesome. overall first impressions look really good. I think the Victory is going to be a winner. Guys, we've had a little ride on it. Performance and handling. Alan, let's start with you. What do you think?
Handles nice. On the main road as well as in the country lanes. Performance awesome. Nice machine. 2 thumbs up.
2 thumbs up. Bob, let's go to you. Mr. Harley, how are you going to compare it?
Well,
what do you think?
To be quite honest, I think it's a very nice bit of kit. It handles well, brakes well. It's got a good power range, and I'm very impressed with it. Only thing I've got to say, at the moment, it doesn't change me from Harley to Victory, but having said that, it's a very nice motorcycle to ride. I'll give it 2 thumbs up.
Okay, looking good so far, folks. Gary,
yeah, I'll have to go with that.
Mr. Belly Rider.
It was smooth, went well, stopped well. Can't argue with that. It's still not a sports bike though, so I'm just going to give it the 1 thumbs up.
I have only high praise for this motorcycle. It handles real well for a big guy, even if you're a big guy. I'm 7'1". This bike, we raised the handlebars up, and this bike became a dream. The only thing I have to say is this. There's a new boy in town, another American on the block, and it's Victory. You better watch out. This baby's a winner. I give it 2 thumbs up.
Well, I've finally made it. I'm away from the wind and the rain of Great Britain, and I'm here in France. The weather is absolutely glorious. I'm so excited about this. It's going to be great fun. Just the thing to recharge my batteries. And Martin's turned up as promised. Hi, Martin.
Hi, Sue. How you doing?
I'm fine. Really excited about this.
Have I delivered?
Have you delivered? What have we got sorted for the next few days?
Well, what I'm going to do is allow you to ride 4 different types of bikes. We're going to go from everything from, in my opinion, the best full-on sports bikes at the moment,
right,
to an Italian V-twin,
yeah,
to a Sportster, to a Roadster. Today, I'm going to let you have a go on this bike here. It's the Buell Firebolt. What do you think?
Well, to be perfectly honest, it's not something I would really look at. So, Wiley, tell me about this Buell.
Well, it's based around a Harley engine. As you can see, the V-twin of the Harley is nestling there between the frame rails. Right. It's quite an innovative bike. It's got belt drive at the rear. It's got that huge rim-mounted disc at the front. Very nice styling touches all round, but it's quite small, and it's more of a scratcher than a tourer.
Sounds great. Let's have a go. So Wildy, I've got the keys, I've got the bike. Where are you taking me?
Well, why don't we start here? This is a lovely area of southern France. We're an hour away from Spain. In this region here, most of the roads are cut into the sides of mountains, so they're nice and flowing, roads, corners you have to look out for, but nothing's going to catch you out. Lovely on that bike, stick it in top gear, just ride it on the torque.
Excellent. Well, come on, stop talking, let's go.
Well, here we are. We're an hour away from Spain, in France, right down the south. We're just outside Béziers city, and today we'll be playing on the road between Saint-Chinian and Saint-Pons. This is the N112. It's a brilliant piece of road. It's about 25 miles long. It's all cut into the side of the mountain. The road just sweeps. It's so easy to get a flowing line through here. So Gandhi, we're halfway through the day now. We had a bit of riding. What do you think?
Well, to be honest, when I first got on it, I thought I'm never ever going to get used to it. I'm trying to ride it like I was riding the R6, so I'm using the gears a lot. But then when I listened to what you said, or thought about what you said, and started putting it in a higher gear and just cruising through the corners, it became much more enjoyable. So I'm really starting to get used to the bike now, and I think I could quite like it.
There's probably about 2 corners in the whole of this stretch of road where you have to really be on the ball. The rest of the corners are really easy to read, so you can get a nice flowing ride whatever bike you're on. So then, Sue, we're back after an extremely hard day in the saddle. It's been a lovely, lovely day. What's been your impression of today's bike, the Buell?
I've thoroughly enjoyed it, surprisingly. There's a number of positives and a number of negatives.
So what have been the plus factors of the bike?
The plus factors, I would say, are the looks. Obviously, it's got a really unique and unusual look, which is quite good. And the handling's quite good fun. You know, you can flick it around. So I was quite surprised about that.
And on the downside?
On the downside, the luggage. Obviously, it's got a plastic tank and there's nowhere to sling any panniers, so I wouldn't want to travel far with it. The engine, it's more of a sort of cruising engine in a sports bike, so it doesn't really fit for me. And the gears, the gearbox is very hard for me to click down and click up, so if I was going on different roads where there's lots of gear changing, it would be a tough ride for me.
So really not your ideal bike for going away to another country?
I wouldn't want to travel down here on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what about the area? Have you loved it today?
The area is superb, the weather's been fabulous. The roads are great fun, I've had a great time and I don't want to go, so what's next?
So if there's one difference you could tell people about riding in France this time of year and riding in England, what would you say?
Don't ride in England, come to the south of France.
Wildy's top tip for touring this week is don't leave home without your credit card. You'll need this because when you are riding around on a Sunday in France, everybody's on holiday. Everything is shut apart from the péage fuel stations. Without a credit card with a chip in it and a PIN number, you won't get any fuel. So unless you want to push your way around France, I suggest take one with you.
You know, we've been able to sneak on this track again, guys, so...
Thanks, you'll have this one then.
What do you think we go take a ride? Join us next week on Two Wheels Touring. Don't miss it!